Paige, where we talk all things women in sports. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Paige Cook, and I am here bringing you the latest and greatest from the world of women in sports, specifically what is next to come for women. Let's get to it then. I think one of the biggest advances right now for women was Sarah Fuller. So for those of you who don't know, on Saturday, November 28th, Sarah Fuller joined the Vanderbilt football team as a kicker, and she's the first woman to play in a Power 5 football game. She is a goalie for the women's soccer team at the school, and she just kind of joined because there was a lack of players due to COVID-19. You know, this girl is a powerhouse, and this is so good for young female athletes, or even just any female in general, because it's really speaking volumes that we are emerging in male-dominated sports. Now, she said to ESPN after her game that she's excited because she can represent the little girls out there who want to do this or thought about playing football or any sport really. And she hopes that it encourages them to be able to step out and do something big like this. So we are hoping that this makes girls become more inspired and really push themselves, because it is difficult to make a transition like this. You know, not many people are for women in sports. And in fact, Sportscenter and ESPN posted on Instagram a picture of Fuller just talking about how she's following this concept of play like a girl. And some of the comments made by male Instagram accounts are horrendous, and they really are degrading towards Fuller. One person commented, "Is it bad that I want her to get rocked? I mean, it's only fair." And another person claimed that this was a publicity stunt on Vanderbilt's part. And then everyone's just saying that they're really sexualizing her, asking for an OnlyFans account from this girl. And I feel genuinely so bad for her, because you're changing the game. You are making history, and people can't respect you for that. I just think it's hilarious, and not even hilarious. I'm laughing because I'm disgusted, because no female is posting these comments. It is men. And what is it going to take for men to understand that females can do it too, and we can do it better than you? Like, we are not in the 1900s or 1800s anymore. We need to start receiving the respect we deserve. So shout out to Sarah Fuller for making history this weekend. Everyone is rooting you on, girl. You've got it. To kind of switch over from the athlete side, we just had recently the Miami Marlins name a female as their next general manager. This female is Kim Ng, and she is going to be taking over for the team, basically running just everyday operations. This is huge. This woman has worked in the front office for MLB. She has worked for the Yankees organization. She is very much qualified for this gig, and I'm so excited to see what she is able to do with this team. The Marlins just made it to the playoffs this year, and that was very big for the fan base because they were seen as the underdogs. They weren't really expected to come out. So hopefully Miss Ang is able to kick some ass and really show people that, yes, women belong in these powerful positions. They belong in leadership roles, especially in the sports industry. And I hope that with them being in these positions, that I want it to become intimidating for men, because you also, well, maybe not you particularly, but I know that many women want to see this take off and see us work for this. And we bust our ass. We make sure that we are able to do this, and we can do it just as good, and if not better than our male counterparts. As far as refereeing go, we have Sarah Thomas, who in 2020, she's the only woman official in the NFL. She was hired in 2015, and she was the first woman to officiate a major college football game, the first to officiate a bowl game, and the first to officiate in a Big Ten stadium. So, again, another female in a powerful position. Lately, you only see, not even lately, just in general, you only ever see men run football. And football is seen as this very manly sport, which connects right back to Fuller and why people are so negative to her being in the game. But this is huge. We can understand the technicalities of an intense sport. We can understand that this is not just a man's game. And that's something the United States needs to really come to. We have all these women in big positions. We have coaching staff. We have officials and referees. We have players. And what is all of this doing? This is hopefully inspiring young generations of females. I know we have rappers like Beyonce pushing for female equality, or actresses. But for the young girls that aren't into the arts and they're into athletics and they want to really experiment with sports, this is big. This is their opportunity to have that inspiration and have that role model to push them. I know for me growing up, I played softball for 12 years. And one thing people always said was, softball's easier than baseball. It's easier. But when you look at the time, I don't even remember when it was, but Jenny Finch pitching to professional baseball players in the MLB, they couldn't really hit a ball because the pitching styles are so different. And it's not that sports that are for females are easier, it's that they're different. There are different technicalities, there are different skills needed, there are different rules, there are different regulations. And that is what people don't understand. They have this misconceived idea that women are just need it to be easy. But that is not the case. We are just as capable to carry out functions and compete at the level that men are. Granted, do we have physical differences? Yeah, we do. That's no secret. Bodies are built different. But that's not going to stop us. We can do this. We can prove to you guys that, hey, get off the field. We're going to take over. We are just as strong. We are just as capable. We are just as powerful. Many major companies promote these campaigns for women equality in sports. And one of the most recent ones was in 2020, and it was Nike's Dream Crazier campaign. According to Nike, the Dream Crazier campaign shines a spotlight on female athletes who have broken barriers, brought people together through their performance, and inspired generations of athletes to chase after their dreams. Campaigns like this are more targeted at female audiences because they want to break that concept and fear that many young girls face, especially when they reach the age of competitive sports, which is about middle school and high school. They want females to understand that you are able to do this. These campaigns are meant to be a celebration of women in sports. And ironically, this occurred before COVID broke out. So the whole campaign was to start really getting people ready for summer of 2020's Olympics and the soccer tournament, and really recognize great athletes that are females, such as Simone Biles, Chloe Kim, and Serena Williams. In fact, Serena Williams does narrate this film, and she's one of those players that everyone knows, and she has broken barriers in the tennis industry, and she is one of the greatest tennis players. Not only greatest female, but greatest of all time among both sexes. So it is people like that that really push for younger audiences to get where they are going, and they will be able to. And this is the inspiration that I believe everyone needs. So to wrap it up, maybe some questions for you to consider are, what is it going to take for men to accept a woman in male-dominated sports? And what is it going to take for men to understand that, yes, we are capable. We can do what you can do too. It is not just a male-dominated world. Females are badasses. We can do it. Maybe consider, like, who are some of your role models and who do you look up to? And just really, next time you maybe see a young female struggling, I want you to push her. I don't care what she's struggling with. Push her and encourage her, because clearly females face so much animosity, and that can really ruin them. It can destroy mental health. It can destroy almost anything. So push them to keep going and not to give up, and that they got this and you are there rooting for them. Thank you for following today's episodes and highlights of women in the sports industry and how they're changing it for the better. Hopefully we are able to see these changes that continue throughout the future, and that, who knows, maybe someday we will have a women's football league, or women will just be in the NFL completely. Be sure to follow my Twitter at PaigeC_trifecta for more content. That is all, folks, and we'll see you next time on Rave with